A present for your future self. 300 shortcuts for your career, your love life, and everything else that matters. Written by Juan Gomez-Behr. Narrated by Bojan Djordjevic. To my beautiful wife, who invested in me when I was poor and angry. Acknowledgements. A few years ago, I heard the following story that touched my heart. Captain Charlie Plum flew jet fighters in the Vietnam War and flew 74 successful combat missions until he was shot down. He parachuted out of the jet fighter at a high rate of speed and survived. Many years later, he was sitting in a Kansas City restaurant and someone approached him. Captain Plum didn't recognize the guy. This guy pointed at him and said, "You're Captain Plum. You parachuted out of your jet fighter and landed in enemy land and spent 6 years as a prisoner of war." "That's right," Plum responded. "How on earth do you know that?" "Well," said the stranger, "I know that, sir, because I was the one who packed your parachute." Captain Plum staggered to his feet, grabbed the man's hand, and told him with his eyes filled with tears, "I must tell you that I have said many prayers of thanks for what you did for me. Still, I never thought I would have the opportunity to thank you in person. I have always enjoyed writing, mainly short articles, essays, and food reviews, but that's it. Publishing a book was never in my wildest dreams. Writing this book has been one of the most challenging journeys I have made. At one point, I have to confess that I left this manuscript in a drawer with a plan to maybe pick it up a few years in the future. Today, I want to take the opportunity to thank and acknowledge all the people that have folded and packed my parachute to make this dream come true. If it weren't for each one of you, this incomplete manuscript would have stayed hidden in a drawer indefinitely. I would like to thank my sister for helping me unlock this book by breaking it down into small tasks. When she sent me the final joint manuscript, I couldn't believe we had made it. She had always believed in me through the darkest and brightest hours. I hope I can pay her back one day all the money she lent me when we were kids with unconditional love. Thank you for being my greatest ally growing up. My wife always reminds me of the importance of living the concepts written in this book and applying them to my life. Yesterday, she told me I should try to listen more attentively, as her favorite writer suggests. She has inspired me to believe everything is possible. Her life is living proof of optimism and perseverance. When we got married, she was only 19 years old. She had our first son while studying at university. Nevertheless, she managed to graduate cum laude. A while later, she started her own company and now employs more than 70 people. I'm honored that my first book has illustrations by my youngest sister-in-law. I have an excellent capability to identify companies and persons with great potential. I know she will be very famous one day, and I'm thrilled that the original sketches on these pages will be some of their first creations. I also want to thank my beautiful sister-in-law Dome for spending long hours editing this manuscript. She has provided valuable insights that have helped me improve my game. She is one of the most inspiring people I know. My father-in-law has provided a lot of perspective and anecdotes from his successful career on the personal and professional fronts that have enriched these pages drastically. Finally, I can't thank my parents enough for showing me that a person is worth for who they are and the mark they leave behind, not for what they possess. I am deeply thankful for all of you who have folded and packed my parachute daily to be safe in all my life missions. If, by the time you reach the end of this book, just a single phrase moves your heart and inspires your mind to make a positive change, it will all have been worth it. Juan F. Gomez-Behr. Introduction. The most common mistake people make is taking giant leaps at once, aiming for significant changes and quick results, and when they fail, they double down. Some of the most popular examples are trying to lose 20 pounds in a week.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?